Good day, YouTubers, and thank you for tuning in to today's. Wow, I can't believe there was a loud car outside. Blimey hell. Don't know what can I really say about that loud car outside. But in this video, I'm going to be doing some more horticultural tours, as I like to call them. Unfortunately, I've actually destroyed some of the Cosmos seedlings, and the car's still making some banging noises. What's most important is that, again, that car's still banging again. I've got a funny feeling it's a loud car. Anyways, so, where was I lost to? And there's a pigeon flying outside here. We've got some Welsh poppies, and look what they've started to create. Lovely looking flower buds. How nice is that? Are these flower buds? I don't know what these are called. I don't know if these are flower buds. I don't know if they've got another name. But, yeah, we've got, like, little flower cases and that sort of stuff. Another pigeon decides to fly up. How crazy is that? And best part is that, guess what? We've got some regrowths of ferns. And there's also another regrowth of ferns over here. It's crazy in how things sort of transform in a very short amount of time. And as I'm tracking along, we've got lots and lots of Welsh poppy sections here. And then another bird just flew by. What's with the pigeons up there? Am I invading their space? Am I invading their space here? Sorry, I'm really lost in translation in English, obviously. So we've got lots and lots of Welsh poppy plants. Oh, pardon me, so I've just farted. So as I'm tracking along the way here, we've got a yellow Welsh poppy flower that's just started to blossom. And as I'm tracking through, I can see lots and lots of Welsh poppy flowers, which is just somehow fantastic. And then we've also got some ferns. I don't know what these are. These sycamore tree saplings. It's the sort of thing that you sort of see in everyday life, especially when doing gardening. Or I can see some forget-me-nots right over here. In fact, you can actually see a huge swath, actually quite a very plentiful swath of dandelions and forget-me-nots. That shed here, unfortunately, it's sort of broken a bit. The door latch, I think, is missing. We've got some Spanish bluebells. Unfortunately, one of them has died off and sunken to death. It's been a relatively wet morning, so as I'm making this video during the evening, it surely is a lot much more drier. Somehow, we're seeing lots and lots of overgrowths, more dandelions, and also bluebells, obviously, somehow. And I can also see a flower, which I've got no idea what that is. I might have to take a photograph of that. I actually forgot its name. It's sort of similar to the other one I've just broke, which was quite unfortunate, but there's also something really intriguing right there. That there is a foxglove. This thing is going to take a while for it to actually grow. Unfortunately, it has suffered from lots and lots of decays and whatnot, so I'm off the straightforward think to myself, hey, it's been like a couple of, months, and it's been like a year that I haven't really talked about this plant. Don't know if it's going to flower this year, but again, some of them nasty, spiky, thorny weed thingies that are just growing from, like, shrubs. I think that might be blackberry. I can't see any flowers yet that have anything to do with blackberries at the moment. I can't see the little flower buds, which are just popping out at the moment because it's still April. I've also dug out some old soil here. It's all now wet-logged because we have a lot of rain. And as I'm trekking across, we've actually got some very nicely transplanted cosmos. And I've also planted, guess what? I've also transplanted an onion. Look at that. I've actually planted an onion here. It's not looking that healthy. I might have the straightforward, the leaf here. It's not really that great. Or the stems, as I like to call them. I've got no idea. I'm going to leave it like so. And just to keep that soil nice and moist, I'll just water it. Okay, so who knows? We've got a whole bunch of other meadow flowers here, which haven't started to germinate. I think there was a wren that was chirping in the background here. We've got the bird feeders. There's not much bird food left, apart from this tub right here. There's also signs of bird food as well, too. Apart from, well, let's just say the cosmos, which have been transplanted. I can also see big clumps of cosmos also being transplanted here, too. We've actually got some nasturtiums. Now, the best part about the nasturtiums is that once you start to see leaf seedlings like that, hey, this makes it a perfect way to transplant your plants. And I have to say, the wren is actually straightforward chirping in the background. Honestly, during springtime, there is a lot of bird noise. In fact, it's what I'd call My goodness me, it's a beautiful sound, that bird. It's kind of like a dawn chorus sort of thing. We've also got these white flowers here. Now, I've got no idea what these things are. And, of course, as I'm tracking across, there's also some forget-me-nots growing on the back. They seem to grow everywhere, don't they? And there's even more of these things here, which I've got no idea. And there's a plane flying at the distance. How interesting is that? And as I'm tracking across, I can also see big growths of mint. Now, this plant here has seen some actual overgrowth. Now, this plant here has been growing so large. It's interesting to see that we've also got some new swaths of, let's just say, vast green leaves here. Yeah, that's fantastic, isn't it? Sad news is that this primrose has died. Obviously, we are coming up towards the hotter months. Obviously, next week is going to be warm, if not hot. Obviously, there's a mini heat wave on the cards. Hopefully, this should actually bring us some very good spells of some decent sunshine, enough for the flowers to actually be generated. And as I can see, there's also a pink flower, which I'm not quite totally sure what that is. Is that mallow? I've got no idea what that thing is. Please tell me. Anyways, so apart from this, I want to show you something that I've actually been starting to grow right out upstairs in my bedroom, or actually in my middle bedroom, because I've actually been, straightforward, sowing some new seeds upstairs. So let's take a look. And I'm back upstairs now, and I'm going to show you what things have I been discovering. So much so that I've decided to try and plant something else. And it's these three here. Okay, so those tubs here are filled with basically a couple of flowers that I'm actually going to be planting for this year's summer. So these two here, this one here and that one there, these two are a bit different, although they're basically the same pot. Because this pot here contains zinnia. That also contains zinnia as well. Quite large, chunky seeds. So I've decided to straightforward add some compost onto the top so that they can actually germinate efficiently. And I planted them early. And this one here is, I believe, is Gaillardia. And hopefully those easy to grow flowers will also tolerate what I'd probably presume a very hot and dry sort of Mediterranean type summer. Because I'm thinking that the summer is... Oh, I can't read the word summer. Bloody hell. I would have ended up in the file blooper reel, as I like to call it. And there's a pigeon poking out right at the roof here. How crazy is that? Anyways, so with the Gaillardia and the zinnia flowers designed for a drought-tolerant summer, that would be fairly awesome. And the pigeon is playing me hard. How crazy is that? Looks like the pigeons are doing some weird aerobatic somersaults, hopping from one perch to the other on this building. So, I'm sort of thinking, the cosmos that you just saw earlier might take at least about 50 days to actually grow, as long as I'm straightforward raising it nicely. Maybe more than 50 days, who knows, maybe 137? That's a big lot. That's a big lot, obviously. I'm pretty sure the Gaillardia might take a bit longer, but it might probably perform well in the hot, dry summer months because they are straightforward drought tolerant. And same with these two here, the zinnias. They might straightforward blossom very early. Who knows? Because I've just sown all of them flowers throughout late April. This will actually be quite fascinating. Hopefully, once the warm weather returns, I'll put them outside and hopefully they start to germinate very efficiently. So I might as well just end this video here on my, let's just say, backyard garden saga of flowers and seeds alike that I've just planted and sown. If you really enjoyed this video, please give this video a like, subscribe more for that. Videos like this in the future, and as always, thanks so much for watching and bye for now. Well, here's me here vlogging at this part of the video, and you might be thinking, well, but Ivan, why are you vlogging? I'm sort of thinking that, it's kind of a bit weird. Oops, sorry, I've just farted. It's a bit weird because I do know that I really enjoy doing stuff like this, as you can see right over on the background. But I'm actually sort of thinking, wow, my YouTube channel is straightforward, not the same as it used to be. Somehow, it used to start off as a toy review channel and then an animation channel, and then it sort of went back into it again, like going straight from like Animotion and then a toy reviewing channel once again. And then all of this random stuff started around the pandemic. I might talk about that in another YouTube video on my channel. Whenever I've got the time, once I'm straightforward satisfied, and whenever I've got the time to make a video on YouTube, I shall straightforward come along and do so. I won't waste my time talking around here because I got a lot of stuff busily to work around with. I feel like there's just not much stuff I feel like I have to contend with. Anyways, for the second time, thanks for watching, and that's it really for this video. I can't really talk enough garbage throughout the rest of this whole video. And probably time to close my mouth and shut the hell up and go ahead and do whatever I like. Bye now.